What's up, guys? It's Paintball News, January 2025, and we are here with Dougie Boy to bring you the latest and the greatest from the paintball industry.
Swallow his drink. That was fucking disgusting. Welcome back, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Happy New Year to those of you who haven't been around in a minute. It's Paintball News time. So we got some updates for you. We got some products. We got some stuff to talk about. Let's get it rolling. You know the drill. Subscribe, comment, like the video, and we'll catch you after the intro. Alright guys, so we're going to start this one off with an update about Chicago Aftershock and departure of Nick Slowiak because of the sponsorship. So he works for Dye. I get it. It makes sense. They're a PE team now, so oh well, is what it is. I'm not sure where he'll go. I haven't heard anything yet about where he's going to end up. Maybe we'll have to listen to some other podcasts or check our news sources. But as of today, January 14, 2025, I don't know where Nick Slowiak is going to play in the 2025 season. But
you know, Doug, there's a lot of people right now that are questionable as far as like where they're going to end up. There was also some news that came out of the Outlaw camp, Outlaw Anodizing, that they actually picked up Nico Hyde.
Oh, okay.
And Devin Stewart from Houston.
Yeah, so two former Heaters that are going to go back to playing together.
Semi-pro.
Oh, they're going to be. Well, I'm just saying.
Playing semi-pro.
They played for
Houston Heat players playing semi-pro, Doug.
That's weird.
That is kind of weird. But hey, kudos to. I actually was on the phone with Norris Ross from the Outlaw camp, and he's like, yeah, we got some big news, like you'll hear about it potentially. And then it released. I was like, oh, that's what you meant. So
that's a pretty good update.
And you know, Thomas Taylor is another one.
Dude, yeah. Like what?
Thomas Taylor, well, he has officially committed to
I can't remember who it is there, but I saw it.
I think it was another semi-pro team though.
Wasn't it? Was it like no. Yeah, no, I'm gonna say it wrong.
But yeah, so Thomas Taylor is also kind of taking a step back. He was on Play the Game podcast, and I've been listening to that pretty frequently. Yeah. And he was talking about, you know, like he's not sure where he wants to end up. His family's becoming more of a priority for him and everything else like that. And he's really trying to give back to the sport, which is really cool. I respect that. And trying to get his son involved as much as he can be and get him up the ranks. So
I wonder if he's going to do the LeBron thing where he'll play long enough to like play with his son for a season or two,
cool.
Like at like a high level, and then like peace out. That'd be cool
for sure. Yeah, especially if he's playing semi-pro.
Oh yeah,
gives his son a better opportunity to potentially meet him there.
Because he could at least make it there. Who knows if he'll make it pro? I mean, it's in his blood, but it's a lot of work. You have to want that. You can't just do that because someone told you to.
But let's talk about Slowiak though.
Yeah, dude.
My homeboy. I love that guy.
That's crazy. That is. They just released another Place for Things video with him. They're like building something, I think.
Yeah, so so Slowiak's all over the place. I didn't realize he's a steak specialist, so that's really cool. But yeah, so Slowiak, I guess there was once again Play the Game podcast, because that's a great source for news. If you guys don't listen to that podcast, it's on Spotify. But you know, basically Aftershock at the end of this year has now moved to Planet Eclipse. They dropped their Dye sponsorship. Back in the day, for you guys that have been around long enough,
they were always
realized that they were at one point Dye as well. So like
way earlier.
Gotcha. So they've been both, but it is kind of interesting to see like. I'd be curious to see like what went behind the scenes on them dropping Dye and moving over to Planet, because I know that they were their flagship team. So especially with Dye losing level.
I know Todd owns them now. Who owned Aftershock back in the day?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know the answer to that question.
I wondered if maybe it was a thing with.
I think it was
Todd. It's a Todd thing.
The guy that owned Badlands. I'll think of it.
Okay.
As we're talking. But yeah, so anyways, guys, so that is a big piece of information. Aftershock will now be a Planet Eclipse team, which is kudos to them for that.
Yep.
And kudos to Planet Eclipse for picking them up.
In the WNXL, the Chesapeake Cheetahs have sold their slot to the Baltimore Nevermores.
That's a hell of a name.
I actually fuck with it. I fuck with it. I'm curious to see how they'll perform. Haven't looked into the roster yet, so I'm curious if there's anyone that I know on that team. But good luck to the Nevermores in the 2025 season. We'll be looking for you guys. Next,
breaking news that just happened. Balkan has now partnered with like multiple different paintball brands now, guys, to basically offer like a package situation. I would assume to kind of counter what GI does with their teams. So check this out. Valken is now partnered with Twister, Under. So shout out to Chris Regal.
Love Under.
And Dizana and Carbon. so that they can get the lowest paint pricing. So two things I don't see on there is I don't see a loader.
Mm-hmm.
And Twister, I'm not sure if that means like you're gonna have to shoot Twister guns,
Twister specifically,
or whatever the case may be. But
That's
it is kind of interesting.
That's Planet at least. I mean,
it is
that.
Planet. Yep. So Twister Geo or Twister.
With under
CS3.
pretty much all your soft goods are covered then, which is sick.
Yeah.
And then well, I mean, Carbon is making a loader. I don't know like where the process is on releasing that.
I've been told like later this year.
So
they're really spending a lot of time on QNC on it.
Then maybe we will see like a rollout like at the first event, like they're testing it with some of the, I don't know. That
they were using it at World Cup. They had a couple players using it at World Cup.
Right. Okay. So maybe we'll see teams using it. So one of these Valken teams. Keep an eye out because I mean, to me, Valken was always just kind of there until at Cup they really popped off with that paint that they sold. And correct me if I'm wrong. It was
great.
We noticed it in Chicago because it was like super because we used it for the MXR video.
Correct. We did.
And then that led into Cup and people bought it like it was going out of style.
They did.
So I mean,
sold out. They sold out. I think on Saturday night they had no paint, and everyone switched to GEI on Sunday. I believe is what ended up happening.
So I mean, hey, hats off to Valken. I used you guys when I was first getting into the game, and then I, was just buying other stuff for a while. But it's nice to see you guys like really come back to the forefront.
It's being manufactured here as well as
That's
huge. So it's fresh. And if they keep up the quality of this year, I think GI is going to have some serious competition. GI and HK are going to have some serious
100%.
Competition at these events, and
100%.
ProShar are infamous. So, okay, next up. Let's get into some Punishers news, Doug. So we are going to be looking at potentially going to all 5 NXL events this year.
You mean like with a storefront?
With a storefront, yes. So there's going to be some more news on that as far as our relationship with the NXL. That will be coming up here. Hopefully by next month we'll be able to announce what's going on. But with that said, guys, we are super excited because we for sure will be at the first Florida event, and then depending upon how things go, I think the only other event that you guys may not see us at will be the 4th event in Texas. But other than that, we are.
I mean, the other events are in the Midwest, Mid-Atlantic, right? You have in Ohio, we have Chicago. So that's 2 in Florida, Ohio, Chicago, Texas.
No Chicago.
Which one is being replaced by that? Is that the Ohio event?
Yes, Mid-Atlantic.
Okay, so it's Mid-Atlantic,
Ohio,
which is still
Florida, Texas, and then back to Cup.
So either way, it's within an 8-hour drive, so we're going.
We will see you there.
Hell yeah.
So next up, I'll let you talk about this.
I was gonna say, so this went behind my back. We got featured.
Not behind his back.
I know you said Kyle Barry helped you out with the opportunity and getting that set up, so that was awesome.
Yes, I think it's really good exposure.
Oh, absolutely. Sports Illustrated, come on.
Yeah.
You never. I don't remember a time seeing paintball on Sports Illustrated. I've not the most dedicated reader, but I mean, like, come on, the swimsuit edition.
To my knowledge, I don't think paintball has been in Sports Illustrated yet. I know that it's been featured on like ESPN's Instagram Reels and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
But there has been, I don't think, much paintball related content, and I might be wrong. There might be, some.
If it's out there, drop the link in the comments, guys. We haven't found it, but the Instagram content. I know there was like that slide cancel video, or there's the one video of the dude like reloading, and people freak out. Like, he's losing paintballs. He's losing them. But it's still good to have that exposure out there, which is awesome. But this is yet another avenue. Honestly, congrats to you on getting that done. I had nothing to do with that one. That was all Joel working with Kyle. Amazing article. Good to get it out there. Really painted us in like a good light, and like the family centric thing is just huge. So I'm really glad that happened, and I'm hoping to see that get some lift under the sport as a whole, but of course Punishers as a brand.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously there's some selfish motive there, but there's also like just the fact that the amount of outreach I had from people that weren't even involved in paintball, they're like, I didn't realize paintball's this big. That was probably the coolest thing that's happened so far since last week with it. So
because we're so used to seeing paintball as like a small world, big world activity. Like it's huge to us because we're in it, but no one else outside of it really knows it.
It's small world, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, to get that reminder every now and again is really good. But something really exciting for 2025 is going to be a sponsorship coming up out of Punishers. We will be sponsoring New York.
We're dropping the hammer.
Yeah, dude.
We're dropping the hammer in 2025. Dude, we're coming for it.
We're giving them the hammer. They're going to drop the hammer. We have the hammer. It's this.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. So they're going to be sponsored by Punishers. I didn't get to sign the papers and see the details of said sponsorship, but I've been watching it happen in the background. I'm really excited for it because actually,
you know what's beautiful about this sponsorship, Doug?
What?
There is no paper signing. You know why?
Wow.
There's been a handshake and a mutual understanding between me and Rob and the guys over there, and Steve and everything else like that. They're good guys, and I know that I'm really excited about this sponsorship.
Oh my God, yeah.
I'm really excited about the sponsorship because I've been good with those guys for the last 2 years, ever since we were playing them in D3. And it's cool to see their success. It's cool to see that we've got 4 or 5 Ohio players on that team.
That's what I was just going to get at.
With the potential to go pro, you know. And I just think it's just a good group of guys, and they treat the sport with the respect that it deserves, and I can't be more excited about having them around this year. So more news on that before we go to Florida. Stay tuned, because there is going to be some special limited stuff that might be going on with us and them. So yeah,
product drops. It's time for that. So
dun, dun, dun.
The Geo R5 is not a new product. However, the Razor R5s are out. Also, thank you already to everyone who's bought one from us. We
don't have any to display because every time we get them in, we sell them.
It's the best problem in the world.
Sold out of our silver.
But seriously, guys, thank you. This doesn't happen without you guys being interested in stuff like that, so we appreciate it. What's the story, Joel? Are we able to get more of them? Are they coming slow? What's up?
Yeah, so there's a few more colors that we are going to be getting back in stock, but we sold a ton of the silver. We sold a couple other colors: the gold and black, the Midas, the Scorch, the red and black, and they've just been really well receptive. I've been kind of paying attention to Facebook, and Facebook's been talking about like it being the best milling. But speaking of milling, the other one that just dropped was the Project R5 that just got dropped today. Doug, you'll have to do a screenshot of that.
I was going to say, I have to grab that one because I didn't see it yet.
Yeah, but it kind of looks like the scales. Actually, Ryan Brand reached out to me and he said that we had the best picture of a Dynasty Scales CS1, and that he wanted to use it as the source.
Nice.
So but no, it was really cool to have him reach out, and I think it came out really good. Some people are saying they like the Razor better. Honestly, I really like the Project one as well. So
I'll have to get a look at both side by side. I'll let you guys know later what I think out of the two. But
for sure.
I like that it's coming out. I like that we're keeping it fresh with the Project and with all the
custom cuts. Yeah, it's really cool custom cuts.
Well, because think about it too. Paintball guns used to be you get a gun and you toss out half the parts out the box and customize it functionally. You can't really do that anymore. So at least have something that looks unique and is kind of just yours, or a small batch, right? It's super cool.
It's going to hold its resale better. It's going to be more desirable, and it just looks cooler.
Absolutely. Yeah. Something a little bit smaller than a gun, but very essential to playing. The ProDNA infamous Flexi Swabs. So I'm just seeing these now, just kind of getting my hands on it. That feels like good, thick, like good fibers, I suppose. It'll take all the paint out for you. This is just a double-sided swab, so not like a barrel made that you're thinking of. This is a little more like the blade from HK, but that's actually my preferred style of swab to use. So you might catch me testing one of these bad boys out at the field if you see me out at level. But I think it's a great investment because I think there hasn't been a competitor to the barrel made and to the blade in a while. Like there's been no other option really.
Correct.
So I think this is a good move on Infamous's part.
Infamous always does a really good job of branding on these, and we definitely, and the price point's really good. I think they're like $10 or something like that. So
that kicks the shit. That kicks the shit out of the blade.
And the barrel maids are 13. So I might be wrong. They might be 12 or 13. But regardless, guys, like 12 or 13 bucks.
Very cost effective.
Another good option.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Give me 14 of them right now.
SE Spire IR2s are available on the website, and those are kind of cool because those are going to be offered with the spring ramp and with a speed feed already that matches, and it's like a two-tone shell. Doug, once again, you have to do some shooting here. Yep. But yeah, so those are offered in quite a few different colors.
Is the price changed?
Yeah, I think they're $130.
Okay.
But that's not bad.
And
for the speed feed and the spring ramp already.
Yeah.
It's the SFR speed feed.
All dressed that's fine.
Yeah. And then last but not least, dun dun dun, we've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and B Short finally got to me last week, and he said, guess what? Alpha Airs are in stock. And I said, cool, B Short, send us a bunch. So, guys, we have 68 and 77s. 77s, we've only got black and white available in the Doom Ghost and the Shadow. And the Alpha 68s, we've got, I think, almost all the colors in stock. We're still waiting for the 88s and the other color 77s to come in, as well as the 98s, which we'll do a review on.
Look at how little this is.
Doug's mind blown right now.
I'm 5'8". I don't have big hands, but I don't have like baby hands either. Very average size hands. Like this.
Pretty cool, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
That is crazy.
Doug literally just put the first one in his hands like probably 20 minutes ago, and he was like, we got off camera after we filmed the reel, and he's like, "Oh, this is awesome." I'm like, "Yeah, I know it is."
Something
It's
I don't
crazy.
hate. Go figure. So,
all right,
that's all I see in the list. Unless you got something else top of mind,
man.
boss. That is all I got here.
That's me, bro. That's the last hour and a half worth of mine. You know, scooping and trying to figure out what's been happening on the paintball world that we didn't already know. So.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, if there's anything else, please, of course, let us know. I'm sure local tournament series are going to be starting up.
Cool counterpunch regs.
Just as a display piece, guys, always, we got the counterpunch regs here. We got a bunch of them,
Purple,
so please
Rasa, gold.
go right ahead, find them on the website. We'll put a link in the description or something. But thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you stopping by for Paintball News. Let us know anything we missed, and if there's not, we will see you in February.